Hello traders, Nick Shaheen here, talking Bitcoin. First we'll talk trucks. What? Trucks? Yep. Okay, so the central banks, the Federal Reserve in the US, ECB in Europe, have gone crazy with the QE. They cannot get off the juice. 2018, Powell had the chance. He had us weaned off of it. The markets were having a tizzy, and then he opened his mouth and said something bad. He said, "Oh, I'm cruise control," or automatic rate hike control, whatever he said, insinuating that he's going to raise regardless. And so the market spit in his face and said, "Screw you, we're going down." So they crashed into December of 2018, and he raised the white flag. He came under pressure, so he flipped his entire course of tightening to loose money like you wouldn't believe, and has gone even madder since then. Had he not said that, we would have continued the tizzy. We wouldn't have crashed. We would have just struggled for a few months and then got off the juice. Now we want more juice. What does that mean? It means there's inflation like you wouldn't believe, and the CPI for some reason can't read it. They're either cheating and because they need to manipulate the data. If it shows, their hands are tied. If it shows inflation, they have to raise rates, and then we're back in the same pickle, only in the hole. And now they owe bazillions, and they can't pay it if the whole thing falls apart. So the answer is alternative asset classes that are outside the scope of the central banks, meaning gold and Bitcoin. Those are two things. Silver maybe. So last year I said, I have to buy gold, have to buy Bitcoin. I bought gold in hard form and in GLD. That played out well. Now, those who bought Bitcoins made out better. And the idea is, some people want to trade it. Fine. That's what we'll talk today. But the concept is to accumulate it over time. It's not easy to buy it at 60,000, but you could have said that at any point in time above 10,000, right? So last year, technically, it showed a pop ready from under 10 to 16 and 18, and I did a couple of videos on that, and then it went bonkers and it over-delivered. Is it overdone? Who's to say, right? So we watch it. So back to the truck thing, to tell you the inflation part. There used to be pickups for under 20,000. The work truck, just basic, barely door panels, roll-up windows and all. Those are gone. There isn't a starter car under 12,000 like they used to be. I don't know what they are now. 20,000? Can you buy a Corolla under 20,000 now? Not that the Corolla is bad, but that used to be the basic model. Focus. They're gone. I saw a Ford Ranger pickup, which used to be the starter Ford pickup. It's in the 50s. A nicely done Duramax is over 100,000. There are a couple of Silverados and GMC Sierras, the equivalent of the Silverados in my neighborhood. They're $80,000. What is happening? So clearly there is inflation, and that's why you see this. People are hiding their money. If they have wealth, they need something to store it in that is not under the influence of the ridiculous central bank actions. I'm enjoying the stock market ride because of their actions, but it's wrong. But anyway, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, this dip, I'm pretty sure everybody's feeling the FOMO backwards, and they want to ditch it, and they want to short it, and they want to bail. This is where I think buyers will show up. Between here and here, there's going to be buyers. If this fails, there's going to be more buyers here. This pivot, you can visibly see it, that it's a game changer, this whole zone. So anything above 40,000 should be floor. This is a fast-moving thing. So do I pile in all in? I shouldn't. Do I accumulate over time? I should. How close together? If I bought it 3 days ago, I'm not adding here. So I need time to go through between point A and point B. That's personal preference. Because I don't know anything new today that I didn't know 3 days ago when I decided to buy it, if I did. So as far as comments, let me see. I haven't done a video on this one in a while. Okay, so I've had comments back here and none since then. So if I zoom in, I can update those comments. So I said, lose this and you'll have a downside potential, and that's still there, except that the good news is they went through it and stopped halfway. Where? Into support. So look, this base held up. Great news for the bulls of this eCoin, I guess, crypto. This was resistance at the time, and I said if they break it, they'll pop to here. They over-delivered. That doesn't mean they overdid it. They just went above my expectation. This one also was a line that would have triggered more buyers. Resistance, but it's also the potential upside. That's why I put these little jaunts above. And guess what? They over-delivered again. So now they've come back to retest the neckline from which they sprang. This yellow line is automatically drawn. It's the place where they traded it the most. There are two of those, one here and one here, right there, volume profile. So that tells me there's going to be a magnet in between the two. So it won't be butter going through them because these two things I just mentioned and this prior base. So when a price falls into a proven solid bounce level, they hesitate before they go through it. They should. So I would anticipate the same thing happen again with these two candles happen here. So is this a good base? It's better than here, that's for sure. It's closer to support than up here. It still has a lot of air if they want to, quote, crash it, but I don't think they can. They have support here. They have a cluster of support here. Any point in here is a good starting point. Not all in. Don't take the whole meal at once. Take nibbles. Small mistakes over time don't really matter. Plunging into crypto all in, especially with a nest egg up here, is wrong regardless of the outcome later. Even if I win, I shouldn't have done it. So hindsight would be still something wrong to do. All right, so haters, open up your mind. Blind faith people, be a little more flexible about it. And it's a real thing. It cost $50,000. It can't be fake, people. Same as gold. Gold is fake. If we didn't say, hey, this yellow rock is worth something, it would be worth nothing. It does nothing. It just sits there. There are some applications for it, but it's not a necessity in anything. So gold has value because people say it does. Bitcoin has value because people say it does. Bitcoin is more rare than gold, so if you believe in gold, you have to believe in crypto. In fact, if you believe in US cash, you have to believe in crypto because cash, the US cash, has nothing backing it up except the country. So, and people's belief that the dollar means something. The minute people say the dollar doesn't mean anything, it's over. Game over for the dollar. It's the faith of the people in the asset that makes the value. For as long as people want it, it has value.